All right, what is going on? It is your man Gerard Kenneth. Thank you for checking out my channel. I'm doing another tutorial, and my bad for the background noise and my laptop. It sounds like a mini revved up engine. So I'm going to be muting back and forth through this stuff. But in any case, I'm going to show you how to track out. Well, we call it tracking out. Musicians call it that. Producers call it that. Call it make like track outs, right? So let's go ahead and go into FLStudio or FLStudio. Yay, praise God. And we're going to end up loading a track that I made called I Promise. If you're following me on IG, you may have seen me work on this track. So while we're waiting on this loading, let's go ahead and get into what it means to track out. All right, so let's see. If we go ahead to AmariMC.com, we're being told, I'll just say, yeah, whatever, no thanks. All right, so what does it mean to track out something? Let's talk about that, right? So what I track out WAV files, why do artists need them? We're gonna get into that real quick, but this is by this cat. His name is Jerron Lewis. Basically, a track out WAV file, by definition, are sounds in the beat that have been singled out and placed in individual files, right? It means if you have different instruments and drums, you take one track, place it in its own or alone, right? And you can make them all separate. So I'm going to show you how that looks while my file is loading, right? We're going to wait for that to load. So basically, you're going to need track outs when it comes to mixing your stuff or to get your vocals to sit correctly. There's times I do it, there's times I don't. All right, so we're back at it. The whole file, and yes, I do have the instruments. My old hard drive crashed, so I had to like refix it, like remix some stuff in here. But in any case, the whole file has been loaded. Yay, hooray! We can take a listen to it in a second. So basically, these guys here, these little guys here, are called channels. These guys here are called channels. If you want to add a channel, see, it's called channel. You can do it like that, or if you have some WAV files or MP3 files, you can add. Why is that not in there? The devil is a liar. Let's go here. I'm not gonna add anything, but those are channels, right? You add those channels to. Actually, I'll just throw it in there for the sake of throwing it in there, right? These guys are channels. Yay, these guys are channels. These guys are channels. So basically, I'm gonna play this percussion track all the way through. So yeah, right. These channels you can add, you can send these channels, and you see it says target mixer track. You can send these channels to like any mixer track that you feel like. In my case, I only used 11. People use more than that in Fruity Loop, and this thing goes to 125. That's amazing. And of course, you can also use this as a DAW as far as like recording your vocals and stuff like that. For the most part, these guys here, you can assign them to one of these um, here, one of the mixer tracks, or it could be a bus, right? You just assign this to a bus. So you can do this a couple of different ways. Um, Say I want to put this on 7, right? You see I'm moving it to 7. I'm going to play it. Nothing's being played right now, right? Because there's nothing being made. So let's go ahead and mute that, mute that. We'll turn that off. And you know what? Let's um let's use this guy here. We'll just copy it. Just just for giggles. Ha! Good job. Right? Or if I wanted to, if I actually go here, click this guy, and I hit Control, and I hit L, now it's going to pop up as a new mixer, right? Or as a new bus. It gets sent to that new bus, right? And I get to control it. I get to add all my different things to it. Yay, hooray. But that's just to make a point. So right, these guys here are already being tracked out. You got your kick already tracked out. And so we're going to show, well, not tracked out, but it's being sent to the mixer first. And then we're going to see how it gets tracked out. So right now, right, and it's getting sent to this homeboy. What's going to happen in reality is once you actually track all these things out, and another thing I want to talk about is that, remember how I was saying you can do that for each individual channel? Well, in my case, I don't do that. Like if it's like hand claps and stuff or other different type of percussion, then I track those out. I keep saying track those out. I send those to, right? I send that to the mixer track, and it goes out to one of these, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and highlight these particular ones, and I might as well do my hi-hats as well, right now. Now, what's funny is that you don't hear like this. I call it the space clap, but there's the reverb clap that we're so used to hearing for like the last 10, 20 years. So let me go ahead and I'll include that, right? Now, what's interesting, like you can mute it like this individually, or you can mute it like this, right? So let's go ahead and play this all through. So I'm, so I'm gonna go ahead and mute that, and that was the space clap. So it's gonna play it again. So right now I only have that. Those particular channels are going to that particular mixer track, right? And so the rest of them are going here. So if I were to play this and turn this back on, good job. Now I'm going all through this for a reason. Please forgive me if it comes off kind of sucky, but just follow me here. I'm selecting these different channels to go to either one particular channel or a bunch of different channels. As far as like my particular regular claps, my hi-hat, my snare is going to this traditional, I call it traditional percussion because it has a certain sound. The reverb is only so much, right? Versus the clap, there's a lot going on, right? So if I were, let's go ahead and go to my piano. And this time we're going to actually turn it off this way as you already seen earlier. And we're going to go, let's go to the chorus. Oh, I'm tripping. My bad, y'all. There we go. So while that's going on, you got the bass. That was the space clap when it came in. Put the strings back on. So we got that established too, right? All this nice fun stuff. So these are all the different things. Like this water drop, it's I don't know where it's at over here. Oh, here we go. It's the water drop right here. It's getting sent to 10, and it's only for that certain piece. I'm saying all of this for a reason because when you track out for the most part, I would suggest that you group certain things together, right? But Gerard, what if I don't want to do all that? What if I want to just make a regular beat? That means that when I didn't know how to track out, it's so stupid. When I didn't know how to track out, I would um, not record, I would render the whole track with like certain instruments that I wanted to hear together. I don't know why I did this, but I just didn't know any better. It was like back in like 2004 and 5 and 6 and 7. I just didn't know how to track out until one day I looked at it. I was like, oh, that's how you track out. Cool. So, but you want to get these, but you want to make sure that they're always set in one of these. Otherwise, it's going to be on a master. You'll hear everything on a master, but if it's not in one of these and you wanted to, if it's not set in one of these mixers and that mixer is not turned on, for the most part you won't hear, or you can always just leave it out, right, when you mix everything. But just real quick, if I were to make something here, let me see, hopefully it doesn't trip, right? Now, let me see. Okay, praise God. So we're going to go ahead and add this. Now what's going to happen is this weird thing. This isn't getting sent to a mixer track except for the master itself. So I'm going to go ahead and play this. You're going to hear the drop, but then you're going to hear that. Right? You hear that. And actually, there you go. The only reason why you're able to hear that is because it's getting sent to the master. But if I were to send it to this guy here, you wouldn't hear it anymore, right? Because it's not selected. So that's one thing you have to consider. That's why you have to put your things in a track, Jesus help me God, in a mixer track, right? far as to track everything out. Otherwise, I mean, you can use the master. The master is just everything that you actively hear, and you will always hear that unless this is silent. But in any case, we're gonna go ahead and turn that on. We're gonna delete this guy because I want to get to the fun part. Let's go ahead and get into it. How do you do it? You're gonna actually, and you want it to be in wave format. You want it to be in wave format. You want it to be in wave format. You can do it in MP3 format, but it's not gonna be that great of a quality. It's gonna be a good quality, but not like a great quality in comparison to wave, right? So you're gonna either hit Control R, or you're just gonna go to File. You're gonna go to Export. You can even hit MP3, right? You can hit MP3 if you want to. I would suggest that you make a folder for this, and I already made my folder. And you can see, well, actually, once I change this, if I were to change this to wave, you can see that I already did it. But we're just gonna put MP3 just to show you something real quick, right? So we're gonna go here. The homie shows up. We're gonna turn that off because we want it to be in wave format. We want it to be in wave format. I don't know why that's like that, but we want it to be in wave format. We're gonna actually just leave it in stereo. We don't want it to be in mono because right, we already technically some of the stuff was already in mono, and now we made it in stereo because we panned some things left, right, or we did some other weird stuff with it. I usually put mine at 24-bit. You can put it at 16-bit, but whatever. And then you're gonna hit split mixer track, right? Split mixer track. If you look to the far left right there, it says batch export mixer tracks into separate WAV files, which is what you wanted to do. And then after doing so, I selected this guy to say show files when complete, which is what is going to transpire. Now, last time I did rendering when I did the video last time. This time I'm going to hit start so you can see what's going on. It just shows the transition, right? And depending on what you got going on, how fast your CPU is, life happens, and yeah. So yeah, sorry guys, this is like real janky, but for the most part, it records all the way through. You see how the track out looks now. As far as like everything being uniform, as far as like the beginning of the sound towards the end of the sound, and then you can always edit it. If you want to like add more effects to it, you can do whatever you want with this for the most part. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much. Speak English. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna try to do more tutorials more often. And this time I'm gonna actually hook up bring my studio mic outside of my little closet here, so it doesn't sound like I'm next to a revved up engine in my computer. So y'all pray. But I hope this helps. As a matter of fact, guys, if you have any questions in general, because that's something really simple. But if you have any questions, as far as like different tutorials, as far as like doing something in Fruity Loop or doing something in Reaper, hit me up. Or if you have different suggestions, as far as like you want to tell somebody else stuff, by all means, say something in the comments. That's cool as well. Be sure to describe. Wow. Be sure to subscribe to me. Ring the bell whenever you get something as far as tutorials are concerned, or whenever I put out new music, which is usually whenever I feel like doing it. But for the most part, I'll try to do it like at least once a month. If I do it twice a month, if I do it 3 times in a month, then so be it. It may be long songs, it may be really short songs, but it is what it is. But for the most part, guys, thank you so much for checking out this particular video, and I'll be doing more, okay? Peace and God bless. Deuce.